Okay, so here we go. Here's his head, and here's his body, and his wings will go that way, and his antennas will go there. So we're going to start with just this little oval shape. Follow my marker, just like that. It's like a little egg shape. Now we'll do 3 little circles, and we'll fill them all in around him, and that'll be the shiny parts of his eye. Just blackening them in with my marker. Okay, now we're going to start right here beside his eye, and we're going to do this teardrop looking shape. Watch, here we go, up around his eye. And I've seen lots of different shapes on bees' heads too, so that's a pointy little nose, but if he's a little rounder nose, that's okay. Now I'm just making a little bit of fur because bees are kind of furry. So here's an antenna, and it just scoops up and over and come back down. Try to keep the lines even, like it's kind of about the same width all the way up and down. I put a little bubble on the end because I think it's cute. And we're going to do another one right beside it because they have 2 little antennas. Back down. Here we go. I know you can do that. And you know, practice makes perfect. Don't be upset if it doesn't look like mine. Now see, we're going to do his body out right here. Just a short little line. Come up for the wing now. To the top, and then just a little bit of jaggedy movement. Nothing perfect. And then another wing. A little bit of jiggly movement, and then back down. And that's where you want to end it. Take your time and practice it once or twice if you need to. Okay, now we'll start down here under his neck, and we're going to have a leg there. So there you go with the leg. Not too fat, not too thin. Legs are different on the little bees too, so you can do it however you like it. But this is how I did mine. And you can do it like that too if you want. And you know, don't be thinking it's got to be perfect, because we're all practicing. So practice can make perfect. If you do the first bee and it doesn't work out just like you want it, well then do another bee, another try. And you can notice where you went wrong and just redo it, and it's what makes you a good artist. So don't be afraid of that. I'm not. Now here's his tail. It's just this like kind of a big fat carrot, huh? We'll draw these lines. Keep them the same distance apart if you can, or close to it. And we're going to color them in black in just a little bit. Here we go. Just like that. All right. Now bees can kind of be hairy, so I'm just following my line and doing a little bit of zigzagging on my line, staying right on the line, going up and down like little teeny Z's all over those lines. See that? Maybe a little here on his face too. You don't have to do the whole entire face. You can skip areas, but just putting a little bit of a few Z's on it makes it look like he's a little more furry or hairy. So there you go. Not so hard. Next, we're going to draw lines on the wings. Don't let this scare you. I've just picked out a way to do it here, and you can, if yours are not the same, again, I want to say, if it's not the same, it's okay. But it's just almost like a leaf I'm doing, the veins on a leaf, just a main center vein, and then some little veins going off of it, like that. on the other one. Start there and just go up, then verge off, merge off, and again on these little ones, maybe fill in one right there, and then on the other side. Going to do about kind of the same thing. Merge off on the littler ones. There you go. Not so hard. Okay, next we're going to do his abdominal segment. This is the little big fat carrot part. We're going to make it look hairy by just doing those same little Z's all the way around it. Okay, so you want to do some coloring? We'll do his legs. Just draw some circles like we did for his eyes, where we won't color those parts. And then we'll just color his legs black all around the circles, but leave the circles white. Here we go. So, what do bees sit on? Do you know? They're behind. You know, now's the time you could, if you didn't like the shape of the legs, you could kind of fix them a little bit as you're coloring them in. Just saying, if you wanted to, add a little something. Thicken it up a little here or there. Okay, do you want to color his abdominal segments? We can do that. We're going to color one stripe black, and then we're going to leave one of the stripes white next to it. Then we're going to color the next one black again. And we'll do that all the way down. Now I'm going to have 3 black stripes, but you may have more than that. You may have 4 or 5, and that's okay. Just have fun. Now when I'm done with this, I'm going to add those little Z's to all my black stripes. Just a little bit so it looks like they're a little hairy too. And you don't have to put them all over, but here and there is good. We could stop right now because this is a nice looking bee, but I just kind of want to add a little something more to the wings. You don't have to, but I've got a gray highlighter. I'm using a pointy end. I think you could use a pencil just as well because it can come out light also. But I'm just going over the lines, and then I'm adding a few extra lines lightly. I think it gives a good effect. What do you think? Now remember, you can always hit the pause button, and you should, just to catch up. You see what I've done, and then you can even back it up and watch it again if you need to see the piece again. But pause it, and then you catch up, and then push play, and you can keep up like that. And what do you call a bee that's having a bad hair day? A frisbee. Now I'm just adding a few dots up under his belly, around his legs, where there would normally be some shadow. So this is a honeybee we're drawing today. Bumblebees are a lot fatter and furrier. Okay, I think I gotta add his little mandible right there. We have a mandible. I'm glad it doesn't look quite like his though. Aren't you? It's our chin. Our mandible is our chin. So I've decided I've got a little too much shadow. So I've got my paint pen. I got it at Walmart. And touching up, kind of just, it's like erasing. It just paints over it. And it doesn't show the shadow as much. So there you go. I hope you like our Mr. B. I think he looks pretty handsome. Don't you? And if your bee's different, don't worry. All bees are different.